I am not a financial advisor. These videos are all meant for educational purposes only. All Complete Trader Academy videos are my personal opinion and perspective. Trading carries a high level of risk, and all results are your own responsibility. Please always demo first. Hey everybody, welcome back to CTA Review. Today is August 1st, Thursday, 2024. Hope you had a good day today. So, look what we did. We topped out there. We did hit that gap right there from Friday the 19th between Sunday the 21st, and then we pushed down. We never really established support on this daily imbalance right here that's highlighted. You can see which is the one I'm talking about is the 12th. And then we came underneath it in pre-New York and New York, and then we pretty much used it as resistance. So that was the easy giveaway of selling. Plus, you had those equal lows that we created. Plus, if you take a look, and this is why I got out of this trade right now. I fucking knew it. So, let's see what they do here. I think earnings is coming out for Apple. Oh shit! They did it, baby. We'll see. I just got out of this trade. We'll see. And that's why I got out, because I wasn't sure what the earnings was Apple was gonna do. Let me see. Are they coming in? Moderna shares close lower. Let's see. Stocks and bonds. Nothing on Apple yet. Amazon net sales. They're looking. Just follow me for a second. They're lower than what they estimated. Let's see here. Probably a good idea that I got out of that trade, man. Because I had a feeling it would wick it or do something crazy. And well, there it goes. There it goes. It's a 5-minute chart. So let me get into it so I can show you the trades and then be done. I don't know. Okay, so here, as I was showing yesterday, so I gave you two options yesterday. So this is why you got two reasons to sell. I'm giving you two options. I said we're going to come down and either bounce from here and go up, or we're going to come down and then, well, and this was kind of a bad depiction, but my idea was lower lows and lower highs pretty much, and then to come down lower, right? And then even wipe out this low and be bearish, right? And we came down all the way to here. Okay, so you got two reasons to sell. We've already wiped out all that liquidity from yesterday. I made it very clear there. And then as far as imbalance goes, right? And let me see. Intel suspended dividends. Thought it was somebody else that was supposed to be reporting today. Anyway, so you got two reasons to sell. Just in an equilibrium as well. I mean, that's kind of like why I was pointing for this like logic, right? And sure enough, that's what we got, man. I mean, obviously we got plenty more. I didn't expect it to be that low, but yeah, that shit looks like option 2, man. But anyways, so here, let me just get into it real quick. I know I'm bouncing all over the place. So when we were popping up here, we opened up, we gapped up, we popped up, we took out that high, and then we got into that gap right there. That gap right there I just told you about, which is from Sunday the 21st, right? You see it dragged out in the gray. All right, let me move over. Look at that shit. That was why I got out. You'll see here, we gapped up, we tapped it. Look at that. All right, we come underneath, then we got the midnight level. We tap that, we come underneath it. Okay, cool. Now we're underneath the open gap as well. So, all right, then 830 is here. I don't even care. I don't even know why anybody trades 830. But sure enough, we get low down here. I want to get to a 1 minute here. And just to show you, so I can show you the trade and then the logic and all that. There's a lot kind of to discuss, but I'll make it fast. So what happened here is we were down here at 930, right? And we had already had this price action. So I was selling. I was a seller from here. I mean, I was already bearish here, like no matter what. Bullish or bearish, I was selling today. It's Thursday. It's a retrace day. They're going to wipe out all this. Even if it's bullish, it's definitely going to retrace back to wipe out buyers. It's going to make a higher low. You know, I mean, it's very, very basic common sense logic for this trade. You know, and man, I'll tell you where I dropped the ball. But anyways, 9:30 is right here, right? We open up. This is 1 minute, right? Yeah, 9:30 opens up right here. So I get a trade right here, and I push down. I'm trying to hold this, and I'm trying to sell this where I'm trying to hold this to. At the time, I had this here. Let me see if I could do this real quick. I had this projection right here, right? So I had this projection for this last up move on the 15 minute. It's a swing low and a swing high. Last swing low to the swing high, and on this time frame. And anyways, when I was selling here, I was look to your left. I was trying to hold it to this -2 to -5, which was this low right here. Okay, so let me just show you. That's the wrong trade. Okay, this trade. So right here, I was trying to sell this here, and then it failed, and then it shot the hell up. As you can see, I got it marked here. I'm trying to get to this area here. So anyways, this sell fails, and it rips up, right? So I'm like, I got to sit on my hands. Doesn't hit the midnight. I'm like, okay, it doesn't hit the midnight. That's suspect. So, but at the same time, I know what they're doing. If you take a look here, they just made another lower high. So that's high, lower high, right? This is a 4-hour chart. By the way, I switched this from a 1 minute. I'm sorry, from a 1 hour to a 4 hour now. And then on the big screen, higher time frame, it's now a 1 hour up over here. I'll tell you in a second. But anyways, I just looked at this. Look at these lower highs right there. I'm just looking at that as a clean trend line. Lower highs right there. And then we squeeze everybody out there. But we notice we don't take out this lower high, right? So I could draw the structure, man, but it's just this video is going to take forever. So what happened is me understanding that this is a lower high, and then we break. So at this point, I'm patient because I need to see the order flow. So what do? We make this higher low, higher high, higher low, high, break, right? So now, okay, cool. We're sitting inside this imbalance, right? I don't mark everything, but, and then we push up. We wipe out that liquidity. The bodies are respecting that gap right here. And then we start to slam down. I'm like, okay, cool. We slam down here. We come down, and then we pop up right into the bottom of that daily, this open gap of today, plus that last up candle, right? So I'm filled right there, right? Beautiful. Where am I holding this to? Obviously, we're coming below this low. And as you can see here, I'm in between the 1 and the 1.5. So this is a perfect time where I'm like, okay, I want to take the profit out and the trade. I want to retrace back up for resistance and then sell again. Sure enough, man, fuck, dude. So sure enough, I get a phone call from my wife as soon as I close this out. I'm happy. Here is the trade I was just talking about. Because I know I'm in between this 1 and the 1.5. Okay, I'm in between this 1 and 1.5. And generally speaking, write this for your notes. In between 1 and 1.5, you'll generally get a imbalance that you can catch another entry for a ride down for where you're going, which is I'm targeting this 2 and 2.5 at minimum. Preferably, I would like to even hit this gap, right? The gap that I even mentioned yesterday that I wanted to see us hit. I got it outlined very clear right here. That's what I was talking about. But sure enough, man, I'm up here, right? And I'm like, all right, perfect. This is a break. This is a clean break. We just came up to, I use it as resistance. I get a call from my wife. I'm like talking to her while I'm looking at the trade. Yes, I just closed a big trade. So I'm like, I'm leaving it alone. But I wanted to kind of pop into here. But this ended up being this low and this high right here in between here. This ended up being the control of price where we never made a higher high from that. I just thought that we would come up in here, but while I was talking on the phone, I was sitting there thinking, she's got me, worried about all these flights and this because we're leaving tomorrow. And I'm like, bro, she normally doesn't call me ever. She knows not to call me between 9 and 12 o'clock, like period. Don't, if you text me, I'm not responding back. Like if I'm able to, you will see it. So she ends up forcing a phone call through, and I'm like, I pick up the phone. I'm like, honey, what's up, man? And then right here, this is where I wanted to push the fucking sell and ride into the sunset, man. I swear on my mother, I planned it that way. So I took the profit here, and then I wanted the price to retrace back up and then just sell from here. Bro, I swear on my mother, the price went exactly to where I thought. And then I couldn't catch the trade. By the time I was doing what I was doing, this thing had moved another leg down. And by then my psychology was messed up. I'm like, bro, I'm like, you can still get in. And here I outline it for you too. I literally outline it for you. So, but because I was trying to tag this, you see this up candle right here, this up instead of the down one. I was like, they're gonna come up here, fucking being greedy. Like, just take the trade. It's an imbalance right here, bro. Like, you're in it. And sure enough, we broke another leg. We popped back up. We tested that open. You can see it clear as day. You can see this, right? All right, and then price pops up, comes in underneath. It's tagging this low, which is holding as a resistance. Come underneath, come back up. We're using this open right here, this 1030. Boom, and we're looking for 10 o'clock to be the distribution down. I mean, it's very, very simple, right? And sure enough, I had plenty of opportunities, but I was like kind of like shell shocked. And by the time I had got myself together, the price was like around here or something. And I was like, dude, I was so pissed because that's why I want to take the profit and re-enter, because I don't want to hold it. I want to secure that profit and I want to have a new entry. And man, let me tell you, dude, it fucking happened exactly how I thought. And I had opportunity, but I was like, nah, bro, it's over with, bro. You missed it. I had to go pack and do other things. So that's why I was like, I wanted to really get in that trade because I knew I wasn't going to really manage it. I knew I was just going to let it ride. But because it was lower, I was like, and I've already got close to this low right here. You see this low right there? I was like, just leave it alone, man. So I was like, you know what, bro? You're just going to trade. You're just going to trade at the power hour. So that's how I thought of it. I was like, you know what? Just let this roll. You know it's going to be a constant selling. Like when you see this, dude, it's like it's over with. Like the only way you could sell is if you catch these trades how I've got them outlined right here. This pops into that wick. There's no imbalance here, but it pops into that wick. That wick is a supply wick. So it just you can see a hole in the bodies right there. I've already explained that one. Over here, this is a blue candle, I believe. This what is this? 1102. I really want to be done early. See this candle? See that up candle right there? See that? I've really zoomed in for you. So that candle right there, this 1102, this is a supply candle, right? So this is as a resistance. You see that we pop up and we hit the open of the wicks. Right, and that's pretty much as far as it was going, and that's just to show you that the algorithmic delivery is precise, right? You could have entered there too, but if you were trying to fish about where you could have got into here, and even when it tapped in and came below, I mean, any of these lower highs can you be entering? You're expecting lower highs anyway. You're bearish, it's rolling over. We're getting to this gap. That's the gap that I wanted to hold it to, by the way, as a minimum. And I knew it had potential of more coming to the downside. What did we have on the downside besides that gap that I mentioned, which is right there? We had the opening of the week in purple. So as you see, we come to it, we play around, then we shoot to the gap and we play around, and then we come to the next gap. We come to this gap, we bounce it, we come underneath it. You see how we come underneath it? Now we bounce away, right? And then here is the finale. So yeah. So anyways, I had this projection before I get to the rest. I had this projection and I really wanted this low, this fucking low right there. I wanted that low, and it's in between a 2 and a 2.5 standard deviation with this measurement. And sure enough, dude, man, I couldn't believe it, bro. I was just like, let me just stop talking about it. So anyways, cause I wanted, again, as you know, I really wanted to just enter again right here and then just let it ride. I mean, just let it ride all the way down. It would have been a fucking massive day, bro. And I knew it. Let me just shut up. All right. So anyways, that being the case, once we got down here, I was like, all right, well, here we go. Here's the deal. And then I fixed the projection to here. See this projection right here? So I went from well, you can see it on this time frame up here too. So from the raid that we went up here, and then when we missed the midnight open in the orange, and then this low that we made at 9:30. And by the way, because I was so confident in selling, because also when they made these equal lows right here, this low never took this low out. I was like, dude, you guys can't make it that easy. And that's why I was also like shook when they first when I was selling here, let me just open this up one more time. That low, see this low right here, that low, which is obviously this is 442 or whatever. So when I was selling here originally, we came down. I was like, all right, let's break through it. We didn't break through it. I was like, bro, what are you doing? And then it was retracing back up. I was like, oh no, they're gonna retrace back up and wipe out the sellers and get to the data 830 high. That's a manipulation. So this is accumulation, manipulation, and then the push down is a distribution. That's why you're seeing me catch it after 10 o'clock here into this imbalance right here. And sure enough, this is that distribution down. Maybe I didn't explain that right. So you understand. So all of this is accumulation. All of this is accumulation. And then with this push up, I was just kind of gung-ho on going down because I knew where we were going. But when it pushed up, I was like, oh, I made a mistake. This was which is fine. I mean, and this was the manipulation up. Once this came up, yes, I could have entered here, but I needed confirmation, and that was this imbalance right here coming underneath, and then underneath the daily open right there. So anyways, that being said, what was I saying? Right here. So right here, when we made equal lows right there. So when we pushed all the way up, I'm like, whatever. So anyways, then you see me catch the trade out here, and then I wanted to enter right there. You see that? I wanted to enter right there. With this candle, we pop down and we push back up, and I wanted to enter right there. So I'm screenshotting this on a 5-minute just because I wanted to fit everything. So anyways, I'm now projecting from here to here, okay? Because this is the high and the low, right? I could have put it right there, but it's really the same level, so it doesn't matter. So I'll put it here, right? And then where am I going with why am I taking this buy? I have 3 good reasons. Number 1, it came down to between a 3 and a 4, a negative 3.5 and a 4 standard deviation. Number 1 reason I'm taking this buy. I have another reason. Another reason is because it's the power hour, just turning 3 o'clock. So I'm taking this trade at right before 3 o'clock, literally. All right, that's reason number 2. Number 3, it's a gap. It's a main gap that we already used, which is kind of reason number 4. You see the previous low right there that we bought. I even took this trade on. I even took this in front of you guys. Did I? Was that in front of you guys, or was it not in front of you guys? It was this low right here when we bounced right off. Well, yeah, no, you didn't see me. I ended up getting out right here. This one you saw me get in, or was it this one? But it was I can't remember now. But yeah, this low. I took this trade on Thursday, if you recall, and I took up to here. The reason why I'm mentioning it now is because it's very common to get a reaction out of this previous low, okay? Because, and this is and that was a last week's low, right? Yeah, that was last week's low. This is the current week low of Tuesday. And that's why we pushed up. But this was last week's low, which was on Thursday. So, and it's the same level pretty much, right? And then what they'll do is they'll sometimes buy from that previous low, right? So because the algorithm looks at it like, okay, we rated here, and then there are traders who buy once it passed this level, they'll buy, right? So the algorithm is referencing that low again, right? And that's all what I'm trying to say, right? So anyways, that being the case, this is why I take this buy. Now, did I make a good decision? I think I fucking did. Because, so when it bounced here and I knew where we were, I took this buy right here. I had a nice divergence right there. It was screaming to say buy. It's 3 p.m. And I had kind of like got settled with packing and doing all the other things I was doing, traveling around stores and just getting shit. But anyways, so I took this trade up to here, and I'm like, what a beautiful trade. I'm done for the day. Could the earnings push this all the way up? Yes, it could. Could it push it all the way down? Yes, it could. And I decided to leave it alone. It's 338. I don't even want 345 to kick in. This is a time for me to be done. And I said, let me take the profit and not be greedy. I'm happy with the day, even though I missed all of this. I mean, I swear on my mother, this was at least 50 G's for me. So crazy. So I took the trade out. Guess what happened here? Where are we at now? Let's take a look. Ooh, would I be pissed the hell off? So I took that trade out right here, actually. I took the trade out right there. We go back to a 5-minute because that's what you saw that trade on. You see that? I took the trade out right there. Literally on this candle, this 535, it was 538, but I took it out right there. And sure enough, what do? We came back up to wipe out that liquidity and get into this imbalance, which I had a feeling it was going to get into there. I was going to hold it for here too, but I was like, nah, 4 o'clock could just like literally wick any direction. And look, we're coming all the way back down. So what is the name of this game? I'm trying to tell you, man, it is very simple. It is all about decisions. Decisions. So and I don't know, I'm not sure if I mentioned yesterday's video. I should have. But when I was talking about us buying up here, I also projected from here. I mean, you saw it on the chart. It was on the chart when I discussed it. But I don't think I was like talking about it. As you can see here, you can see me projecting it right here. And then you can see the 2 and the 2.5 right there. See that? The 2 and the 2.5. That's why I wanted to hold it for this area, but you know, I was just a little chicken and I fucking didn't. But so yeah, you could say I'm trading my P&L and I need to stop that. It's kind of a bad habit. I need to just trade a chart, but at the same time, I do also want to protect capital and profit. So, you know, it's whatever. It's a thin line that we all battle, but anyways, you can see it right here. I've already got it marked and that's kind of where we ended up, but I didn't mention it yesterday. So now that we reached up here, we literally reached up here. And then this is me turning around. Now this, by the way, this is a 1 hour now. It used to be a 4 hour, but I think I changed this to a 1 hour. I want to keep it that way. But when we were pushing up, this is where you expect a reverse or retrace. So if it was going to be consistently bullish, it could have retraced from here and then bought up as I showed you in example 1. But this also could be a reversal area. And this is what it ended up pretty much doing. I mean, take a look at that. Can't miss that. So that being the case, let me push it back to here. Did I make this video too long? I hope you're learning something here. All right, and then this is where, if I project it from here to here, you'll see. Let me go to a 5-minute. Just shrink this up, and this is why. I was to buy here, but this would have been another great area if you held it from up here. This would have been another beautiful area to hold it to. You could have took it to this 2 and the 2.5, right? And between the 1 and the 1.5 on this projection, and between the 1 and the 1.5, where there's an imbalance right there. Nice entry. Here's another example of what I was talking about. Between the 1 and the 1.5, you could have got into it. Generally speaking, it'll be another entry. It'll be an imbalance for you to continue, right? So look at that. Beautiful, right inside. Beautiful. And then the 2 and the 2.5, you could either take profit, or you can continue there and then go down to the 3 and the 3.5, 3.5 to 4, and beautifully, it looks like we're fucking coming for the lows now. I mean, it's 423. Look at that. So, wow, man. Oh, whatever. Oh my god. Because the reason why I'm so freaking pissed is because it did exactly what I wanted to do. I took the profit and it retraced back, and then I started getting all these fucking calls, and then I just wanted to push sell right here, right? Because use it as resistance with these equal lows right there, and then just hold it, and I would have probably got out right here. But at the same time, you know, fuck, man, like, who knows? I would have entered again, knowing that this right here, this between the 1 and 1.5 with an imbalance, I'm like, you never know. I could have entered again and went on my way, you know. But look at this. I would have been. Look at this. This is the reason why I got out of that trade, was because I made a good decision, and it's obviously we're bearish now, so it's not really bullish. But I took the trade out. I would have been squeezed the fuck out right now if I didn't take it out. So it is what it is, baby. And then take a look here. How long I've been going? 24 minutes. Okay, so real quick, lower highs here with Nas. That's how we started this, right? And then we ended up having another lower highs here. Remember, Nas never took out that high, right? But we had broken here, higher highs here, and higher highs with Dow and S&P, right? So that is what ended up pushing us down majorly. So I hope that helps right there. And then especially, and then with the buy here, with the buy at that lower, remember this low that we did not take out, that equal low. By the time I saw that, and I saw it happening, I was like, oh fuck, it's gonna come back around, right? We had higher lows here with Dow, and then we had lower lows with S&P right here and Nas, right? But you can see it highlighted here. That pushed us up, right? But then when that pushed us up, we came up here and I realized, okay, boom, this is we got lower highs here. We have a crack here with Nas, and then we just came all the way down, man. So there's that. And then dollar looks like it's trying to find a floor. It looked heavier yesterday, but it did bounce back up. And then and very awkwardly, today bonds were pushing up while yields were coming down, and we were just shooting for the floor. So it's like, okay, mixed market there. So where do we go for? Oh, there we go. We just took that low out. So there you go, man. I mean, it's all about decisions. But I expected a reaction right there, just for the simple logic of what I just explained, right? So it looks like we're coming down, and that's what I showed you in option two. Option two, obviously, was to come down and then just keep going. And sure enough, that looks like what we're panning out. So what does that mean for us? Well, assuming that we do take out this low, right? Look at that, engulfing that entire day. That's crazy. Where do we go from here? So we use that level as resistance. So, and we did tap this last up move as well, right? Which is this whole low here to up. But I was gonna say something. Damn, what was I gonna say before I go? Hold on. All right, so let me just look at the other assets because I know I didn't. And then, oh wow, look at that. So S&P, they took that gap. We didn't get to our gap. They took that gap and they came all the way back down. Those equal lows. Remember yesterday I was mentioning how we bounced right there. I was like, that was suspect too. But we had equal lows right there, literally like equal lows right there. And then obviously that's to show you that we're still coming down for some more legs. And then Dow, as I was telling you, Dow, I was like for sure that we were coming down. Remember I was mentioning all this liquidity right there, and they squeeze out the sellers. Look at Dow. Look at, bro, that's crazy. This is 1,000 points. I'll be honest with you. This is exactly how 2022 was. And this is super bearish activity, volume, the whole nine, dude. Like, wow. Oh my God, bro. There's so much money being offered. That's why I was so pissed today, because I knew that it was going to be a massive sell-off. Let me just forget about it and go on my vacation and be cool, man. I'm very grateful still for the skill set and for what I've accomplished today, but same time, like, man, I got to learn how to just kick back. But yeah, I mean, I don't know what else to say. It all depends where we go from here. It's not looking good, but this month is going to be pretty rough. I'll be honest with you. So, do they come for that low right there? Is the question. I don't know, man. I went over Nvidia. Nvidia gapped the hell up and then reached that gap and then came back down into this gap. So I put a fib from here. Where did this come from? Why wasn't this here? What? Oh, it's because it's regular trading hours. I don't know how to take that off. Whatever. As you see here, we came right quick to a 50%. So is this equilibrium right here? And then, rushing down to get into this gap right here. It doesn't show it on this time frame. I don't know why, bro. I just leave it on this, but this gap right here. Do we end up coming for one more leg? If we do, man, this is making major sense. All the big caps, all the big stocks that are controlling the market, Are they getting another leg down and all that? So this is kind of where we are. And I think I've said enough, man. Was there anything else I need to mention? Oh, I don't know. Because, are you going to get this low, which is higher highs and higher lows right here, back to back? You see this? Nah. They just pushed it out, down again. What are they doing over there? Look at that wick. 430? Nah, I don't see it. I don't see it. I don't see this being support. I don't think so, man. I think we're just going to still continue through. So you guys take care. Have a good weekend. I will be back next Wednesday. And if I don't, and I might not even be able to make the video on Wednesday, it might be Thursday. So I don't know which one yet. I'll let you know. Obviously, you guys take care and God bless.